Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. All about power. Excuse me, y'all. Check it out, right? All men have to embrace some type of power. They have to reach for power, strive for it. Not even just to get women. Not even just to get women. That's a part of it, though. If a man got like sexual power, hey, he can have a lot of pleasure. But then if he got sexual power but don't have monetary power or status or something like that, he's in trouble. Look, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you a story. You know what? I was working on this job one time. I had this woman there, right? And she was fat, but she wasn't giving Rom any play. I wasn't worried about it though, right? But then we knew this guy in common, right? And this guy told her some stuff about me. All of a sudden, she was on me hard, and she said, "Why? Because you about power, Ron. Look, too many men out here walk around powerless, and because they walk around powerless, they do things that really extend their powerlessness. If that makes sense in any way, or they claim to be victims, or they act like, oh, these people have power. These men or these type of men have power over us, or like when some dudes talk about, well, women going for all these thugs, y'all giving thugs the power over you, or that these women they can do this, that, and whatever to us. You giving women that power. You acting like a victim. What men have to do is embrace getting power and amassing more power. And that power comes in many ways. Like in my books, I talk a lot about sexual power. Even though I don't couch it in those terms, but if anybody reads my stuff, it's all about having more sexual power. And with that sexual power comes more options and able to negotiate relationships better. But that's just one level. Knowledge is power. But actually, let me say that correctly. Knowledge, if applied, is power. Knowledge itself ain't power. Knowledge is kind of like gas in the engine, right? It's there, but then you have to turn on that engine in order, you have to turn on that car to make it work. So once you apply knowledge, that's power, So far we got sexual power. All men need to be, if they want pleasure from a woman, need to have sexual power. Because then that gives him the advantage over the next man trying to get at that big butt woman as well. Knowledge. Man needs to have knowledge of everything he has to do in life and everything he wants to do in life. Right? Very important. Very, very important. The more he knows, the better. Ignorance, people say ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is stupidity. If you don't know something or how to get something, boom. At the very least, a man needs to have knowledge of his vocation, how to get some stuff done, of what his life mission is. You got to have at least that. And then constantly accumulate knowledge, because then you can move. You have authority. Hey, you know what? I have knowledge of Bitcoin, or I have knowledge of what's coming down the pike. That way I can plan. That's one way. Of course, monetary power. But see, money, that power is twofold. One, the reality is people will respond to you a certain way if you have money as opposed to not having money. You go in any restaurant or something, you give them an extra tip. Trust me, they will behave a certain way. Trust me, I tip heavy. I get people, they fighting over themselves to get to me. And I just walk into places, they bringing the food already. They already know what I'm gonna order. But that's a power. That's the money is the power. But money is a power in a different way too. And I did a video a while ago talking about this. Money ain't so much for money, it's about giving you confidence. If you know you can go out and you can get major repairs done on your car and you ain't worried about the price. If you like, hey, I got it no matter what you say. Or you can, if you live in a house, the roof is leaking, you got the money to fix it. That's a different confidence. It's like, if you one of those dudes who still want to feed some of these women out here, hey, you can at least do it. Or if you one of these dudes, you got the money, you say, you know what, forget these women, I'm gonna go traveling. That's a power too. Because what it is not so much the ability to do it, but the freedom it gives you, the confidence it gives you. You know, that's power. And you know, great power is just being able to deal with people, period, to navigate your way through life. See, one of the great secrets for people, if a person wants to do anything, it's not so much what they know, but who they know, who they make a contact with. You know, that's why, you know, I haven't talked much about that whole Me Too thing, but one of the reasons it's going to backfire against women, a lot of men who are in positions to hire and move a woman up in, you know, in a corporate culture, shoot, a lot of women, just because it's gone on, many men are going to be thinking, hold up, this ain't worth it. So it's going to be, so a lot of relationships aren't going to happen. If you're a person and you can navigate relationships, that's very powerful. You know, one way you can make money in it, I've talked about it before in one of my videos. As a salesperson, you can make money because of the relationships you establish. Because there's a little secret about relationships. Anything longer than a few seconds of conversation with a person, you basically have a relationship with that person. You know, and of course, it's not a permanent one, but for that brief time, like a customer dealing with a sales clerk or something, that's a relationship. You know, that's why in places like Asia, Japan, you know, when they meet each other, they bow first. You know, because they know it's a relationship. But if you're a person who can navigate that, if you a person like when we say navigate, even for that brief while, that's that person who can go into a job, get a, you know, ace the interview. Because contrary to what people believe, most people when they getting hired on jobs, stuff like that, most people, the decision ain't made based on the merits of the person. Because you got to figure, you go into those things, and everybody who's going to get an interview is qualified. Every single person who gets an interview is qualified. So when you go in, shoot, it's going to come down to how the people feel around you. And I actually had somebody who was a federal agent tell me that. Like there's a certain federal agency, the dude said, hey, when they picking agents, they want to know who they cool with. It got nothing to do with qualifications. I ain't gonna mention who it is, but it's probably one of the ones that follow my channel anyway. So they know how they work, right? But that's another type of power. See, ultimately, if you're a man, first of all, any type of victim mentality, get rid of that shit. First of all, most people watch this channel to get women or to find out some, you know, quote unquote game or whatnot. Nothing turns off a woman more than dealing with a man thinking like a victim. That's why a lot of women will mess with an asshole. That's why a lot of women will mess with a bad boy, because at least they're superficially confident. They might not be deep down, but at least while they with the women, shoot, they like, baby, I got this. You know, you sit back and chill. I got this. You know, women don't want to hear about some guys like, oh, I don't think I could do it, or, you know, the man might prevent me from doing it, or these feminists are going to prevent me. Shit. I'll say this about the feminists. I'll say this about the white supremacists. I'll say this about the Illuminati. I'll say this about the, you know, the Klingon High Council. Y'all got genetically engineered somebody to stop my ass from doing something. Shit. Because you can try. But whatever the case, shoot. You don't miss if you do try. Don't miss. Because if I come after you, well, I'm bringing hell with me. Anyway, right? Every man it's about power, man. You gotta, look, do whatever you got to do it. You know? Shit. If you gotta hit the gym, feel powerful physically, do it. You gotta take a martial art to feel like you can handle yourself in the streets, do it. If you gotta read up something, just read up on your own. All men should be reading up on their own anyway. I need to do a separate video on that. But all men should be just reading up and finding out what's going on out there anyway. Just to know. There's a lot of stuff I know about. and I check out, and I'll probably never deal with it in life, but I know it's there if I ever have to. You know, all angles. Try to learn how to negotiate relationships and stuff. You know, so you got to do all this because it's all about power, right? So anyway, right? I'm gonna exercise my power in this video. I gotta do some stuff. Anyway, oh, y'all probably saying, well, Ron, where's the red at? You got the power of choice too. I ain't feel like bringing it out. Anyway, just heed what I'm saying, thinking about it, and I'm gonna just say this because I always get some comments. I don't want any excuses from you guys. If you that type, you think you're a victim, save it for another video. Seriously, I'm tired of hearing that. I'm tired of hearing that. This channel for the wolves, man. This channel is for the fucking wolves. You know, like no sheep allowed. The wolves on one here and the shepherds on one BGS's channel. That's how we gonna roll. Oh man. Except in this case, the wolves and the shepherds get along. So if you sheep, you think you cannon fodder, you think you're a meal for something bigger and badder, you might want to leave my ass alone. So anyway, right, that's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.